Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to look at the latest on the very unsettled weather that we have that is starting to grip the British Isles at the moment. We've got a massive weather front across parts of Wales, southwest England, Republic of Ireland, North Ireland, parts of Scotland, bringing quite heavy persistent rain. We also do have a rash of heavy thundery showers breaking out as well, potentially quite severe over the course of this evening in the northeast of England into Scotland as well, and this is going to be the pattern over the next few days. We do have multiple yellow warnings in force. Got some new warnings in force today that we'll show you in a minute, and we'll just have a look at the various short range model charts, the Cape charts, precipitation charts, and then we'll run through the pressure charts and the ensembles towards the second half of the video, looking at the mid to longer range, of course, whether we will see something dry perhaps once this little unsettled spell the next sort of 5 or 7 days does pass. We'll have to see about that. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well. The link's in the description. So just look on the live radar at the moment. You can see there is a lot of rain around. We do have a big weather front stretched all the way through Northern Ireland, through parts of Republic of Ireland, down across parts of Wales and southwest England, giving some quite heavy, persistent rain, dropping potentially up to 50 millimetres of rain in some spots. We do have a yellow warning for rain in force for Northern Ireland and parts of Scotland today. We'd also have some heavier rain in Scotland breaking out over the hills. Further eastwards and westwards of this weather front, we do have a lot of showers breaking out across parts of Ireland, a lot of these heavy, blustery showers moving around the centre of the low, which is sitting out in the Atlantic. And then to the east of it, we have a warmer air mass wafting up ahead of the lower pressure. Combined with the instability, we have some heavy, thundery showers breaking out. You can see they are very scattered in their nature. So some areas have got quite a nice, pleasant day today. Temperatures potentially reaching 25 degrees in some areas in the east. But if you catch one of these showers, you're really going to know about it. These reds showing very high rainfall rates. Some areas could see an inch of rain or so in an hour with some of these showers moving through. Now, over the course of this evening, we are expecting a line of heavy showers and storms to take off through Scotland down across northeast England. You can start to see it happening near York, Catterick, Garrison up toward Darlington as well, seeing these heavy thundery showers breaking out, and there could be a line of these showers and storms breaking out over the course of this afternoon and evening. So that is something we do need to keep an eye on, and there have been lightning strikes detected within these storms. So they are pretty severe and could really take off over the course of this evening. But this is just the pattern for the next few days. These showers are going to become more extensive over the next few days as the instability does push in. We could see a lot of widespread shower activity and thunderstorm activity as well. It is going to be hit and miss, so some areas will miss out, some areas will see only little rain, some areas could see a lot of rain and could see flash flooding. But there is going to be a lot of these heavy showers around, so do make sure you stay safe out there and keep an eye on the radar. That's the best way to know when these showers and storms are forming and when they could be on their way. Now, if you look at the temperatures, we'll be able to see there is quite a stark contrast. In the east, where we have drier weather and slightly more warmer air mass, you see the temperatures are rising into the mid-20s, 24, 25 degrees, possible in northeast England, down through the East Midlands, East Anglia and southeast England. But further westwards, under the weather front across Wales, southwest England, Northern Ireland and Scotland, it is cooler, but it's actually to the west of that. You can see some blues across parts of Ireland, and that's temperatures in the mid to low teens, maybe only 10 to 12 degrees in some areas, so we do have a much chillier Atlantic air mass moving in. Now that air mass isn't going to spread that far eastwards. It's pretty much going to stay stationary where it is, just throw instability further eastwards. And it's because of this warm air to the east, this cool air to the west, and the instability, the lower pressure around, that's why we're going to see a lot of heavy thundery showers. It's the temperature contrast with the lower pressure just sparking all these showers across central, western and some eastern areas at times. So, if we do have a look at the weather warnings, we do have the yellow warning in force today for Northern Ireland and parts of western and southern Scotland. It was updated early this morning, warning updated to extend risk of heavy rain across the whole of Northern Ireland as well as eastwards across more of Scotland. So it was an upgrade on the warning. Occasional periods of heavy rain through Saturday may lead to travel disruption. And again, if we have a look at the further details, you can see 30 to 50 millimetres of rain for some places in a few hours, accompanied by thunder in a few spots, and over our Northern Ireland could see 30 to 40 millimetres. So again, up to 50 millimetres possible in some areas, but most likely around that 25 to 30, maybe 40 millimetre spots. High impact, low likelihood, as we can see by the weather front on the precipitation radar, the live radar, you can see why we do have this warning in force. Now, we have had a look at that warning extensively, but we'll have a look at the warnings for tomorrow. Now, we have a warning for eastern Scotland and again for Northern Ireland. Now, if you check out this one from Northern Ireland, it's from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow. Heavy rain may cause travel disruption and flooding in a few places. Following on from Saturday's rain, a further spell of heavy rain. Heavy at times, develops during early hours of Sunday and then clears from Northern Ireland due Sunday morning. Perhaps 15 to 30 millimetres may likely fall quite widely, as much as 30 to 50 millimetres in a few places, and some areas could be quite windy in coasts and hills. High likelihood, lower end of the impact matrix. It is less rain than we're going to be seeing today, but it's on top of today's rain, so that's why we have a yellow warning in force, because it is the impacts from this additional inch of rain perhaps could cause more issues because we've had an inch or two today. So yeah, a lot of rain falling there in the next 48 hours, and we've got another yellow warning across eastern and northern Scotland from midnight tonight until 3 p.m. tomorrow. Rain, heavy at times, may cause some travel disruption and in a few places flooding. Spells of heavy rain developing on Saturday night persist through Sunday morning before gradually clearing northwards later on Sunday. The heaviest rain is expected during the early hours of Sunday and Sunday morning, with the highest rainfall totals building up over east and southeastern faced coasts, hills and mountains. Here 40 to 60 millimetres of rain is likely to fall quite widely, as much as 60 to 80 millimetres falling in a few places. Again, high impact, low end of the likelihood on the impact matrix. So we'll have to see exactly what happens with that, but as we'll see on the precipitation charts in a minute, it does look likely to see another stationary area of precipitation, heavy at times, giving a lot of rain there over the course of tomorrow. So if you go over to the UKV and have a look at these precipitation charts, and then we'll have a look at the temperatures as well. Now we run out as I'm recording this video just before 3 p.m. and you can see those weather fronts across Northern Ireland, parts of Wales and southwest England, pushing into parts of Scotland as well. Heavy rain there, and you see that line developing through northeast England over the course of this afternoon of heavy thundery showers through around 4-5 p.m. and again widespread showers breaking out. Precipitation on reality is actually slightly more extensive than this, so UKV downplaying it a little bit, and we can see continued heavy showers and thunderstorms and widespread persistent rain, especially in the west as well. And we see another push of heavy persistent rain through the early hours of tomorrow. You can see why we have that weather warning in force for Northern Ireland, that heavy rain pushing in there, and of course for eastern Scotland as well. That continues through tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon. Again, see widespread heavy showers and thunderstorms moving further eastwards and becoming slightly more extensive through tomorrow afternoon, and that's just going to be the pattern over the next few days. As we head through Sunday night into Monday, extensive heavy showers and storms, even for the East Anglia pushing in, and again for Monday afternoon, more heavy showers and storms breaking out just widely all throughout the day. Again, it is scattered, so it's difficult to say exactly where it's going to pop up, but you can just see the widespread nature of these showers and storms pushing through, and again on Tuesday, more heavy showers and storms pushing in. And again, it will repeat on Wednesday, more heavy showers and storms breaking out. It does look likely, though, perhaps towards Friday, Saturday time next week. So in a week's time or 6-7 days' time, we could see higher pressure building in. And that could settle things down a little bit. But yeah, for the time being, the next 6 or 7 days is looking very unsettled with a lot of precipitation falling. And the reason for that, as you can see, there is actually quite a warm air mass, especially to our east at times this week. And that fueling into the lower pressure is causing these heavy, thundery showers. And again, it's going to be quite gusty out there. We'll just skim through this, and you can just see periods of orange there, which is 40, 50, perhaps 60 mile per hour wind gusts moving through at times. We were looking potentially earlier this week at a small low pressure system moving in, which could give quite severe winds, could be even a named storm, but we're not seeing that now. That was a little bit of overhype from the models there for a period of time, and now it is looking likely just to be moderate to maybe strong winds, maybe a yellow warning, but I wouldn't expect anything amber or red by any means. If you look at the max temperatures and see what they're showing today, again, you can see this afternoon the temperatures potentially getting towards 25, 26 degrees in the east, but further westwards, as I said, mid to low teens for some, 12 or 13 degrees in some areas. And that's going to be similar tomorrow. Far east, perhaps seeing 24 or 25 degrees. Further westwards, slightly warmer, as we don't have as much persistent rain around. Where we do have the persistent rain across Scotland, 13 or 14 degrees, but where we see the persistent rain clear and we'll just see more showery outbreaks, it's more around that high teens, maybe low 20s. And into Monday, very similar. Again, maybe 27 degrees in the east with a warm air mass, but it is going to be very showery and thundery. So those temperatures will not be that high if you see a lot of showers and thunderstorms and thicker cloud. But if you avoid that, then it could be quite nice indeed. And as we head towards Tuesday, again, 25 degrees in the east, but where we have showers and storms, it will be cooler. And into Wednesday, again, very similar, 24 degrees, but cooler further westwards. Now, if you go over to the WRF and have a look at the Cape charts today, there is some interesting stuff coming up over the next few days. There's a lot of extensive Cape around. Sometimes actually it's quite high values. So we could be seeing some multi-celled storms, some quite complex systems developing at times. But I think the emphasis definitely is more on pop-up showers and storms. I definitely think that is going to be the biggest impact from this. So if we do run through, you can see this afternoon we do see a bit of Cape across northeast England, maybe East Anglia, and that's why we see that line of heavy showers and storms, and that's why we're seeing those thunderstorms break out across Yorkshire at the moment, and we're seeing other heavy showers elsewhere, because there is some Cape, but nothing too high. As we head through to tomorrow, you can see more Cape gets pushed into western areas, and it does come in a little bit more extensive at times through tomorrow afternoon across northern England and Scotland, but again, nothing too much. And then as we head through Monday as well, just areas of moderate Cape, so allowing any of these showers, if they do engage, to perhaps come thundery and very heavy. And then through Monday, again, moderate values of Cape pushing in. Could get quite severe there through Monday afternoon across northern England and parts of Scotland, and quite widely moderate levels of Cape. So could be seeing a lot of extensive heavy showers and pop-up storms. And then again, with some of these moderate Cape values, can even rule out some multi-celled systems developing there. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And through Monday, you can see that Cape hangs around through the evening, potentially some quite severe Cape into the southeast corner there. So it could be seeing some very heavy showers and storms through Tuesday morning there, for eventually clearing out to the North Sea, and again just seeing loads of moderate to high levels of Cape. Nothing like an explosive summer storm, but a lot of heavy, widespread torrential showers, with some of them turning thundery in the highest levels of Cape. So yeah, it does look likely we're going to be seeing a lot of heavy showers and storm activity over the next sort of 3 or 4 days. There's going to be a lot of photogenic skies out there as well, so do keep your eyes peeled and make sure you keep an eye on the radar. If you have a look at the precipitation over the next sort of 3 or 4 days as well, again, you can see heavy showers breaking out across this evening. You see that heavy line of showers across northern England into Scotland through this evening, where we have that high levels of Cape. And through tomorrow, you see that precipitation pushing into the north, and a few showers developing tomorrow afternoon, but not quite as extensive as the UKV was making out to be. Through Sunday evening into Monday, again, heavy showers and storms start to break out through the afternoon into the evening, again, turning quite heavy and thundery through in places. And you can see potentially through Tuesday morning some quite heavy thundery showers breaking out there through southern England, even through East Anglia, the Midlands as well. So a lot of heavy, widespread showers to come. So it is one of these situations which you've got to keep an eye on the warnings and keep an eye on the radar, because it's so difficult to pinpoint the position of this, because there is so much going on, and it is at the best of times impossible to predict where convection is going to be taking place. Just know that the next 5 days or so, there is a widespread risk of showers and storms, and pretty much nowhere is going to be have a zero risk over the next 5 days. So your weather app may say no rain coming, and then a shower or storm could develop. That's the sort of situation we're in because of the instability around and the uncertainty. It's just going to be a wide array of showers and storms, and I wouldn't be surprised in the next few days if we just saw widespread yellow thunderstorm warnings issued, because I don't think the Met Office or anyone really is going to be able to pinpoint exactly where we're going to be seeing the most severe storms. Perhaps to a region of England you could pinpoint it, but anywhere sort of very, very locally, it's always going to be a nowcast situation with this. So if you do go into the mid to longer range now and have a look at the GFS, GM, ECMWF and the Ensembles, have a look at what's happening potentially for the next couple of weeks. Now you see the low pressure involved at the moment, just spiralling out of heavy showers and storms. By the end of this working week, it moves eastwards, and by Friday and Saturday, potentially out into the North Sea, and we see a brief ridge of higher pressure, perhaps cutting off the showers for next Saturday, a week's time, but lower pressure runs in again, unfortunately, from this GFS run. We go into a bit of a northerly, sort of a cooler wind, but nothing too crazy, as the air masses are still generally warm to our north and our east. Now, they're not crazy cold, but it could be a little bit of a chill to the air. We are getting to the extended range now, and there is higher pressure building in towards the end of the runs, but you see a lot of extratropical systems joining the Atlantic, trying to push this high pressure away. It could actually introduce some very warm air towards the middle of September, but it could also bring some very unsettled weather. It is very difficult to forecast September and October weather with these ex-tropical systems because they can really spice up the Atlantic. They can give us very big differences. They can give us very warm, high pressure, heat wave conditions with southerly or southwesterly winds, but they could also push through any high pressure builds and can bring us very stormy weather. So it is impossible to say what's going to happen exactly, but there does look like a trend of high pressure perhaps trying to build in around day 10, maybe Atlantic systems, including energy from ex-hurricanes breaking through beyond that. If you do look at the GEM run, you can see lower pressure involved at the moment. Eventually, it does clear to our east by later this week. High pressure is briefly involved. We do see a brief low pressure system moving there, but at day 10, higher pressure is firmly in control. A bit of a northeasterly flow. Again, look at the upper air temperatures. Cooler air is trying to push in, definitely to the north and east, but in the south, it's not too bad. I wouldn't be surprised to see temperatures in the low to mid-20s there for some. But look out in the Atlantic. One big general Atlantic system, and then an a hot tropical storm or hurricane there out of northeast America at day 10, and that will power up the jet stream. And what will happen with that power of the jet stream? Who knows? It's impossible to predict, considering a lot of these tropical systems haven't even formed yet, and their exact track are not even decided. So it's impossible to say what it will do once it eventually engages with the jet stream. I have to wait at least another few days to see what the mid to longer range has for these tropical systems and how that will influence our weather. So if you finish by having a look at the ECMWF again, low pressure involved at the moment. Eventually it clears eastwards. You've got an tropical system there out in the Atlantic. It does sort of move away, but tries to push through. We do see a brief ridge of high pressure around day 10 before low pressure tries to slide in again because of the energy provided to the jet stream by these ex-tropical systems. Now on this run, you can actually see we do have a southerly wind there. So this is one of the examples where we actually are pulling up a very warm, if not hot air mass. Temperatures in the high 20s, maybe 30 degrees there. But if this shifts slightly further eastwards, that hot air is towards Eastern Europe, and we're very unsettled and stormy under these low pressure systems. And that's why it's so difficult to forecast with this. Because with these ex-tropical systems, they do provide a lot of instability, a lot of lower pressure, but they also provide a lot of heat as well, which could give us very warm conditions, but also could spin up lower pressure systems and give us stormy weather. As I said a minute ago, it is so difficult to forecast this. So beyond day 7, beyond sort of the weekend, we don't really have an exact clue what is going to happen. High pressure looks like it's trying to build in, but whether it will build in temporarily, just be a brief ridge and topple over with the Atlantic systems, or whether it will hold it off, or whether it will be a bit of a battleground. We could see warm southerly winds. We'll just have to see. So if you finish by having a look at the ensembles, look at the GFS first. Again, you can see warm air mass over the next few days, potentially a burst of heat in 2 days or so. That's why we could see temperatures in and around the mid to high 20s in some areas in the east. But it could also power some showers and storms. And you can see for the London area, the most likely time for these showers and storms being eastwards, because of course low pressure is further westwards. It's going to take time for the instability to push eastwards, but widely convection risk starts probably by around late Sunday into Monday. Monday is probably the proper start of widespread showers and storm risk in the east. There are still going to be showers and storms around, but the widespread risk, you can see from the precipitation charts here, is probably from Monday all the way through the next working week. And the precipitation does not stop there. We continue it all the way through to the middle third of September. Yes, there are some runs going a bit drier, some going warmer, some going cooler, and that is the uncertainty. That's why I said look around the 11th of September how the models and the ensemble members diverge. You see some going very warm, some going very cold, some getting some very unsettled weather, some getting some dry weather, and that's why I said around the next 7 or 8 days. Beyond that, we don't have really have much of a clue at this stage. And if we compare that to ECMWF, you'll be able to see it's actually really quite similar. Warm over the next couple of days, with big precipitation picking up through Monday, and that continuing, and then again around to the 10th, 11th of September, and then you see the massive spread in the ensemble members, because that's when the low pressure eventually clears into the North Sea, and then there's the fight over the jet stream and this higher pressure trying to build in, which is going to control our weather. You can see the ECMWF run there, operational run there, with this very warm air mass there, supported by some runs, but others going equally as cold, a good 15 degrees cooler. So we'll just have to see exactly what happens there. There is no crazy high pressure signal, but there is likely to be high pressure close by, which could give some dry weather. But you can see there is still a lot of precipitation signal in the longer term, so we'll just have to see at this stage what happens. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you stay safe out there in the next few days. There's going to be a lot of rain around. There's going to be more weather warnings issued. There's going to be some thunderstorms. So make sure you keep an eye on the Met Office. I'll be updating on Twitter the weather warnings as well. And of course, do keep an eye on the videos as well. They'll be out daily in the middle of the afternoon. And I said, for the best way to tell if you're going to see showers and storms on your way, make sure you do keep an eye on the live radar. There are many great radars out there. You can even go on the Met Office app. There's a very good radar there, and that will show you where the showers are, where they're popping up, and which way they are moving, so you can drag it back and have a look. So do check that out, because that is the best way, really, in these sort of situations, to know when showers are on your way. The worst thing you can do is rely on a weather app, which can change every 5 minutes from 70-80% chance to rain to 0%, and equally the other way. So do keep an eye on the radar if you have got plans outside over the next 5 days or so. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.